Also, we have the Bonise and Win meter. As I mentioned, members of the media just getting an opportunity to experience that as you're walking into the venue this afternoon. But now we get down to the big business of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome onto the stage Kaizer Chiefs Marketing and Communications Director, Jessica Mutawong. Cela simshayele izandla. Closest to me. Alongside Jessica, the CEO of Stadium Management, one of my favorite people in South Africa, Bertie Grobler. We've also got a SAPS representative, that is General PK Kekana. And last but certainly not least, JMPD representative, that is Superintendent Olani Fihla. Very exciting times ahead. Jessica, I'm going to start with you because we know when we talk about match day experience, no one does it like Kaizer Chiefs does it. Speak to us about what fans can look forward to at the FNB Stadium come Saturday.
Thank you so much. I think first and foremost, it's to say wow to South African football. This is really testament to say we have an amazing league, but we have two great brands in Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. For us to have the country at a standstill, tickets selling out in one day, the mood that is just absolutely electrifying right now is very exciting. And for me, thank you to partners like Betway, Vodacom, Toyota, Kappa, all our sponsors who understand that this is not just a coming together of teams, it's a coming together of the business of football. And that's why we're sitting here with a partner like Betway who understands that through their campaign, and I think, let's be honest, George, I think the Kaizer Chiefs supporters are glamorous. And I can see from the supporters who are here, they look great. First of all, guys, I must say it's shocking to see George in black and white, but I understand it's the Betway colors. It's Betway colors, so I'm accepting that. But really wonderful to see how our sponsors have come to the party to make sure that this is about the supporters as well. So you talk about match day. First of all, let's lead up to match day. We have activations in Katlehong that are going to be happening tomorrow, and I think activations across the country, but there's a joint activation in Katlehong with Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, working with Toyota and Vodacom, SuperSport Bet, who are some of our partners, and making sure we give back to supporters. So I hope that supporters will visit the Katlehong Mall and go and have a fun time. But certainly a lot of giveaways. We've got partners like Coca-Cola who are giving away access to the game. If you haven't got your ticket, you might stand a chance to win. We've got Vodacom who are giving away tickets for people who might not have tickets to attend the event. So sponsors going all out to make sure that even though tickets are sold out, last-minute opportunities to get to the game are there. But it's what's happening at the game that's important. And I think what's important is people must arrive early on time. First and foremost, let's understand, to fill a stadium with 90,000 people takes time. So come early, stand in the queues. You know, we stand in bank queues, we stand in grocery queues, and we are civil and we wait our turn. And I'm asking supporters to do the same. Let's wait. If you have a problem in the queue, stand aside, and Bertie will tell us there are people there to help you if you have any delays or you have any issues. Have your phone charged, have your ticket on your phone, and be ready to come into the stadium and have a great time. What's exciting is what's happening inside.
What's happening inside?
So many activations inside. First and foremost, you know, we have a partner like Carling who've got an activation where you can stand a chance, if you go to the Carling activation, to win a trip to the World Cup. Now, doesn't anybody want to go to the World Cup? So that's important. That's an exciting one. We have, as you come into the stadium, giveaways from Vodacom. We're giving away the flags that everybody loves. SuperSport Bet is giving away foam hands with the love and peace sign. Yes, We're there for battle, but we're also having love and peace amongst the supporters, which is important. You've got entertainment. I mean, we've got a lot of entertainment happening. Carling, our partner, have made sure we have Ubuhle, we have Virgo Deep, we have Chico. So you have a whole lot of entertainers who are going to be there to make sure that you have fun. And then again, Betway, 50,000 Rand. I think Betway have gone into their pockets and said any supporter who looks glamorous from the home team, and I have no doubt they're going to have a hard time choosing a supporter because our men and women in the glamour team will look absolutely amazing. And just a whole lot of fun. But at the end of the day, it's also about great football. We're going to experience great football. If you look at what happened over the week and over the last few weeks, these teams are hungry, and we are going to have a great time.
Yo, and it's in a hungry goal. I cannot wait. I'm not working the Soweto derby, so Bertie, please send me that email that has tickets.
She needs a ticket.
I need tickets on the phone. Bertie, let me come to you. Just speak to us about the level of coordination and planning that is required for a game of the magnitude of a Soweto derby to ensure that it lives up to the expectation and world-class standard that South African football lovers want.
Yeah, we see, I think last year when we sat here, the big discussion point was the pitch. I don't know whether you can remember. That was sorted out. Now the big discussion point is around the ticketing and access control. And there's no way to beat around the bush with this, and it's something we had to confront front on. Jessica referred to the early arrivals, but why is it an issue? Overcapacity at the venue, we can't allow that. It's a huge, huge safety risk. We all know a derby in 2025 where we had 20,000 people over capacity. It was a joint decision from the ESSPC and all stakeholders. We cannot allow that. If you don't allow that, you need to stop those people that gain access at another spot. And that is what we confronted with, and that is what caused the problem and why I pleaded with people, stick with us. I understand the frustration, I understand the negativity, but we need to take back the venue to the supporters that love the game and that purchase tickets to legitimately enjoy the festivities. Now, the numbers show us, and some of you know it offhand now, in the last hour with the derby, we need to get 51,000 people into the venue. That gives you 9 seconds if you scan each and every individual. There's pressure on that system, and the fact that the general, not PKPF, General PF Kakane is sitting next to me, is testimony to the fact that we've got the buy-in from all stakeholders with the ESSPC. We ask the fans, please allow us to enhance your experience by arriving earlier. Please allow us in that last hour to scan 30,000 people and not 51,000. If you've got 51,000, you're going to have a delay at the scanning point. No ticketing system, not 1,000 more police officers, not 2,000 more security officers will allow that to happen quicker. What we do have an obligation on is to ensure that the equipment you use is up to a standard that it can not scan 5 people a minute where we're currently at, but that you can move towards that 9-second, 10-second berth. So on the weekend, we've again got an upgrade on the scanning devices at the access points, which I believe will assist and alleviate the problem. But the plea to the fans is, please stick with us with this. We need to push it through. And the next thing is, as Jessica said, please arrive early. Sorry, I didn't answer your question, but I had to get this out.
You answered my question, but I'll come back to you again, Meneer Grobler. Let's move on to General Kekana. Perhaps you can just enlighten us with the numbers that are expected at the FNB Stadium on Saturday. What are some of those safety precautions and measures you've put into place to ensure a safe, a smooth, and enjoyable matchday experience for football lovers?
Thanks very much. What is good with us in Gauteng is that we are used to host major events. And this is one of those major events which we also ensure that all our plans are coordinated, are integrated. We are not on our own. We work with all relevant stakeholders, including other security institutions responsible to ensure the smooth running of that event, including this one. What we can promise our soccer-loving community, that those who will be coming here, is that we are prepared, we are ready, integrated as we are. We are pleading and urging our people to cooperate with the law enforcement and all other structures that guide, show them where to park, which road to use, how to move, to go to certain turnstiles, etc. Amongst other things which are common, which we experience, people come not having tickets, and in the last minutes or during the time when it's peak hour before the game, thinking that they will force their way in. Not this time. Not this time. You won't have that opportunity. It won't happen. Because in some instances, they think when they come in large numbers, walking with those who have valid tickets will just allow everybody, they'll push their way in. We are ready. There won't be such opportunity. If you don't have a ticket, don't bother to come closer and nearer to the stadium. Stay where you are. The game, I think, will be broadcast in various avenues where you can watch, but not come to the stadium. Other things, those who use vehicles, it's always good to minimize the amount of vehicles that come to the stadium because it unnecessarily causes congestion, and to ensure that there is smooth traffic flow, which Kolan will allude, which routes, etc. Rather use common transport in groups, it's better and safer and nicer because that's where you enjoy each one's company and you can also network amongst yourself. Don't leave valuables in the car or visible in the car because that also prompts unnecessary cases that come to say, I left my bag or anything that anybody who's walking next to the car can see and feel he or she needs it. Please, let's work together. Vehicles need to ensure that it's properly locked before you leave those vehicles. These instances where also some of the spectators, out of excitement, they jump into the pitch. That cannot be tolerated. It's wrong. Let's work together. Enjoy your match while you are where you are seated, but not into the pitch. And other issues that we commonly experience, which we need to caution our people, it's those who come, some bought multiple tickets, sell them where you are, not at the stadium or close to the proximity of the stadium. That will not be allowed. To sell tickets while you are not an legally authorized person to sell tickets on its own, you commit a crime. Some even replicate or think that they can duplicate tickets, thinking that they'll have access. That on its own, it's fraud, it's crime. We will not allow that. We will not tolerate that. Only when you have a valid ticket, as requested, come on time, have yourself time to meet your friends and get a nice place, sitting place, and without any hassles. That will make our job easy, especially as law enforcement. We need to avoid stampede. We need to avoid unnecessary conflicts where even some cases, assault cases are open against spectators who came just to enjoy themselves, end up fighting. That we need to assist each other. Pickpocketing, it's also rife, caused by the time when people push each other, not being patient. We need to assist each other. Let's respect each other. Let's ensure that all the people who come here are safe, cooperate, and enjoy themselves. I thank you.
Thank you, General. That was a nice unpacking. Hi, guys. When you paneling from start to finish, Superintendent, don't let us down. When I come to you, firstly, let's also just touch on that safety element. And obviously, people that are going to be making their way to the stadium are concerned about the road closures, what those are going to look like coming into the vicinity of the F&B Stadium. Perhaps you can speak us through that.
Thank you so much, and I hope I do justice. This is a great panel. But when it comes to the Soweto derby, we know it is high profile in nature. We will be putting in stringent measures to ensure the safety of all road users and spectators as well. And with that in mind, of course, is the traffic management plan. With the traffic management plan, the biggest aspects of those is the contraflow traffic system that will be put in place and the road closures as well. With the contraflow traffic system will be put on Nasrec Road. Before the game, it will be 3 lanes into the stadium. That's from Shaft 17 Road, from the Riverlea area towards the stadium on the northern side of the stadium, and from Adcock Ingram Avenue towards Recreation Road. That's on the southern side of the stadium from the Sasol filling station. And after the game, then it will be converted into a 4-way, one-way system where all the vehicles will then be flushed out of the stadium. But one thing that is important, and I think it has been reiterated by everyone, is the early arrival of valid ticket holders. The gates are opening at 11:30, and that's 4 hours before kickoff time. So you'll have enough time for you to settle in, have your tickets checked, get your seat, and wait for kickoff time. Kickoff is at 3:30. So to avoid that inevitable peak hour congestion, at least be at the stadium at 1:30. If you do arrive after 2, then you will face serious challenges coming into the stadium. And with the road closures, they'll be implemented at 11 o'clock in the morning. That will be on Soweto Highway between the Mains Street in Boysens and the N1 Bridge, and also on Boysens Reserve Road between Crownwood Road and Nasrec Road. And after the game, we'll also be implementing a road closure that's on Adcock Ingram. That's just after Sasol filling station. As I did mention, that we'll have 4 lanes leading out, so it'll be difficult for people to be using that roadway. And also on Aerodrome Road, which is next to the Shell filling station, that then will have fencing to channel motorists coming from the Southgate area towards Soweto, because most of them, the motorists will be moving on Rancho Road towards the Soweto area. But one thing that is also important, I think General Kekane did mention that, is the public transport options that we do have. Spectators, if you want to avoid the traffic, you can use these options. We've got Ria Vaya buses, which will be operating from various locations in the city of Johannesburg, as far as Sandton and Alexandra, so you can get your transport from there. We've also got park and ride services with dedicated buses from Monte Casino, from Clearwater Mall, and from Sandton City as well. And the most popular option, of course, is the minibus taxi services, which will be operating from the Johannesburg inner city, from as far as outside the city, and from Soweto as well. So you can use those options to come to the stadium as early as possible, avoid the congestion, and enjoy the game.
All right, thank you so much. Very succinct. Congratulations. Jess, let me come back to you once again, because we've heard a lot of talk, and I think a lot of it just around arrive early to the stadium, make sure you have a valid ticket. But speak to me from a Kaizer Chiefs point of view as well, just to have your dial-up fixture as Amakosi. And perhaps you can touch on, I know with previous games, we know that Kaizer Chiefs has a designated parking area for certain fans that are driving a certain car. Are those perks still there for those fans and supporters? Just talk me through that.
No, certainly. I mean, for us, we're always looking at what's best for the supporter. Very excited to say when people are driving their Toyota cars, they can come to the Toyota zone where we'll be activating their park their cars safely, well taken care of, and make sure that they can, feel comfortable when they go into the stadium and ensure that they're parked in the right zone. But I think what's important about this as a fixture for us, we don't just see it as a fixture for Kaizer Chiefs. It is really a showpiece for South African football. And I'm excited because in terms of our guest list, it is far and wide. We've got ambassadors from all over Europe, all over Africa coming in. We've got people who really, really look to South Africa as a representative for the continent in terms of events like this. And proud that Chiefs and Pirates can also collaborate together with the role players here to make sure that we put a showpiece that works and really represents the country and the continent. And I'd like to say to supporters who are traveling, because people are traveling from Zimbabwe, from outside provinces, travel safe, drive safely. There's going to be plenty of time for you to get in, plenty of time for you to come and have fun. And I think that's something we forget. If you remember the World Cup, people came here and had a great time. Let's make this event an event where our supporters come and have a good time. Like we said, we've got entertainment, we've got fun, giveaways. I forgot to say, between Pirates and Chiefs, Vodacom is giving away a Tsamaya campaign they put out where a supporter can travel with us to any destination in the world where the teams are doing their camps. So there's a lot of giveaways. There's a lot of fun to be had. But I think that's what's important is let's be responsible in terms of what we do.
All right, so a lot of excitement for fans anywhere in the world, World Cup. I need to find myself in someone's luggage. Bertie, as I wrap up with you now, just speak to us because we know you've got a new ticketing system in place. Perhaps just you've had a run of that system. How did that work out? And have you been able to sort out some of those gremlins perhaps that you may have encountered the first time around with this new ticketing system?
Yes, as I said, and interesting, people that arrived before the golden hour, that hour before kickoff, very positive feedback. I think the platform itself, very positive feedback on the distribution of tickets and the accessibility, and very negative feedback, some very negative feedback in that last hour. And due to reasons that I alluded to, lessons learned, yeah. The main thing for us is to get the people past that first validation point. And part of this frustration is in part of the system, and it's not people think it's part of the new system. It's a safety and security compliance element to have people go through the turnstiles. It's not a system requirement. The City JOC, EMS, and the ESSBC requires that of us to have that second scanning point, and that causes a lot of frustration. So for this weekend, we've deployed scanning personnel at each of those turnstiles to assist a patron and a spectator to take his physical ticket and scan it on his behalf. I think as time goes by, people will learn the system and learn the scanning devices, and it will go smoother. But we want to make the experience as smooth as possible for the weekend. We've prepared, as a venue, that gladiator ring between the four lines is in a pristine condition. Everything inside is ready for this worldwide spectacle. Let's get the fans in safely and securely without frustration.
I'd like to really reinforce what Bertie's saying. And there's a lot of work happening behind the scenes. But again, it's a collective effort, and we want supporters to work with us. We've done all the work behind the scenes to make it happen for them. And I think we all need to play our role and really support us if they can come in on time. And actually, let's watch all those counterfeit tickets that are out there. Is it Viagogo? That's a fake ticketing system that's also trying to replicate what we're doing. And we'll continue to educate supporters on this, but come with a valid ticket. Work with us in the turnstiles. Be patient. Things may go wrong, but be patient. We can fix things on site. But what I love is law enforcement is serious. Let's understand, guys, law enforcement will arrest people, will take action if people don't cooperate.
Just a final one for you, Bertie. You speak about just trying to make sure that that transition into the stadium is smooth and seamless. Are you opening all the gates coming into the venue? What is that looking like?
Yeah, Yavazi, thank you. That's a very good question. We've increased this first validation point on the outside, the first layer. We've increased to 113 access points. With the previous derby, it was 85. That's increased to 113. The turnstiles that's open is 136. Now, if you can calculate that, you should be able to, without any glitches, to load that stadium in 2 hours with the full capacity. So there's enough access points on the condition that it should be fully functional, that there's no congestion, and you don't have people with fake tickets or no tickets, because they're there to create chaos, because chaos creates the opportunity for them to gain access. And I want to echo what Jessica said, with General Kakane confirming this. It's a collective effort to ensure those with legitimate tickets enjoy the day.
All right, just the final one from General and Superintendent. Let's speak about that law enforcement, because Jessica has mentioned that you are very serious. When, as we're approaching the vicinity, do we start seeing that visibility of the SAPs and those repercussions for people selling those fake tickets, people causing an unnecessary commotion? If you can just quickly and shortly take us through that, General.
No, thanks. As I alluded, if we found anybody selling a ticket not being accredited, legal one, in this case, obviously, tickets are sold out. That person is straight away committing a crime. Some of the people will be buying fake tickets, and they'll, unfortunately, when they come to turnstiles, the ticket will be rejected, and they'll be frustrated. Therefore, they must guard against being conned by these people who sell fake tickets. Hence, we caution, if you don't have a ticket, stay away. And as law enforcement, there will be people in uniform, whether it's private security, whether it's SAPS, whether it's traffic, whether it's patrollers, who will be on the ground. And there will also be those in civilian attire who also will be moving around outside the stadium, within the, in the precinct of the stadium, to check and monitor those type of activities taking place. And those are the people we are going to deal with. Rather, if they want to come to the soccer match, they must leave their criminal ideas and criminality, get into the stadium and watch the game, then sell fake tickets or come with fake tickets. That will not be allowed. We will deal with them, we'll arrest them, because they'll all be committing crime by doing so. Thank you.
Superintendent, any last words from you?
I'd say on our part, for all spectators coming to the game, please cooperate with law enforcement, as General Kakane did allude. Another important thing is illegal parking. When you do park illegally or park obstructing traffic, it does impede on the traffic flow that is happening on the day. So please avoid doing that. You will be at risk of having your vehicle being impounded, or if you are parking in a place where it is secluded, directed by illegal car guards, your vehicle will be vandalized or it will be damaged. So ensure that you do cooperate with law enforcement and also follow all the rules that will be present on the day. Thank you.
Jessica.
In closing, I'd just like to say also, not only is the live experience and being at the game exciting, but also I'd like to thank our broadcasters, SuperSport and SABC. The game will be live on TV. They've got some amazing broadcasting elements that they put in place. We're encouraging watch parties for people to get together, watch the game, enjoy it with your family, enjoy it with your friends, gather in the taverns where our sponsor Carling will also be entertaining you. And let's really have a good time and enjoy the spectacle of South African football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to Jessica Mutawong, Bertie Grobler, General P.F. Kakane, as well as Superintendent Olani Fisha. All right, so I think we've got all the information we need to get from a logistics point of view, getting into the venue, getting outside of the venue. But now it's the time for the big dogs, the ones we've all been waiting for. I will encourage you, members of the media, after this following session, we are going to have a Q&A with both coaches on the stage. This is the only opportunity you will get to ask your questions to the coaches. The coaches are not going to do the Q&A outside. That will only be for the players. So I encourage you. I know sometimes as people of the media, we want to have our little exclusive content that no one else has until the day before the big game. You won't get that opportunity outside of this moment now here on stage. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage the co-coach of the home team, Coach Cedric Kazi, joining me, as well as the coach of the visitors on the day, Orlando Pirates, Abdeslam Ouadu. Coach, you can sit anywhere. Hello, Coach. Very well, thank you. I didn't shake your hand, Coach. Thank you. Let's start with the home team. First, let me just get your thoughts on Sibonise and when dial-up activation coming